And so here we are in the studio center. Frank, tell us what goes on here.
Well, this is why we call it the studio center. And soon to be, by the way, and you're going to be the first one to know this, we're going to be changing our name shortly to the Studio Media Center, because we do more than just video. We do a lot of website work and things like that. But as you can see back here, this is what we refer to, as the white end of the stage, because that's what it is. You probably can't see from here though, but there's a code in the all along where the wall meets the floor, so you don't have any horizon line. Basically, it's a horizonless picture. Now, the music video guys love this, and this is the typical kind of thing you'll see in Apple spots and all that, where it's a big white stage and you don't see any place where the floor and the wall come together. So we have lots of lights up there that once we turn all those on, it just blasts white light through this whole thing. At the moment, we have a set back here that was being used for a political spot. This is a Jeopardy knockoff, and so that set's in here for a while. They're going to be doing another political spot probably this week, and then it'll be moved out. Everything's got to be on wheels because it's constantly moving around. But I'll walk back this way, and you can kind of see how the background kind of fades away. So this is the back end. And we're about 35 feet wide here. By Los Angeles standards, this would probably almost be in what's called an insert stage. It's really not that big. We're 40 feet by 35 feet. And, but for Sacramento, we end up doing a lot of the work that comes down the line. Now, let's swing over this way, and I'll show you what we do the most. This, as you can see, is all green. This is what's known as chroma key green, or our green screen stage. And what we do here is we use electronic circuits in our editing system where we take out the background green and we can replace it with anything. We can put you on top of the Empire State Building, we can put you in an Amazon rainforest, or you can be doing the weather, because that's what you see every night with a weatherman. He's not standing in front of maps, as everybody pretty much knows nowadays. He's standing in front of a green screen. So we do an awful lot of green screen work, especially things that go onto the web. This is what people want to do the most. And then I'll swing you back around this way. The other magic that we have here is a teleprompter. So this is what, of course, the same type of teleprompter that all of the newscasters read. And believe me, it's an art to read the teleprompter really well, because you have to look like you're not reading and smiling and moving your lips and not look like a deer caught in the headlights. So that's kind of what we do here in the Studio Center, and the facility that helps us create all those things, create the magic. We also, have sets built that you saw there, and where you started off, there was the picture that Alex was showing you of a part of a set. We can make jail cells, doctors' offices, lawyers' offices. Gee, it's all just part of the magic.
I have one question from all this.
One.
Why green? Why does it have to be green?
That's a very good question, Alex. Actually, as you'll recall, back in the early days of television, it was blue. We used to see chroma key blue all the time, and that was back in the days of analog. The television set has lots of scan lines, as you probably notice. So what the software does is say everywhere you see that particular color that we're going to set, like chroma key blue, make it transparent. It's almost like holding two slides together, and you have a transparent slide over a background slide. Well, back in the analog days, they thought, okay, what's the best color to use to affect this chroma key? Well, blue on the color spectrum scale is 180 degrees opposite of the typical flesh tones. So they said, let's use blue. It was purely arbitrary. There was no other good reason, because you can key on any color. Chroma key magenta I've seen being used in some special effects.
Okay.
So that was the reason why we used chroma key blue. When we went digital, everything changed in the way the digital video is sampled. We were not sampling all the blue data, we were not sampling all the red data, but we were sampling all the green data. So if you're going to do an electronic process, you want to do it where you have the most data, and that was chroma key green. So, and green was still far enough off of most other things that it wasn't going to be a conflict. I mean, back in the blue days, we still had trouble with people's blue eyes. Sometimes they would key out and become transparent. It looked like the Village of the Damned, you know, so, or people wanted to wear a blue shirt or something like that. The only time we've ever really had any conflict with chroma key green is when somebody would come in with a Caribbean theme and you'd have that color in a lot of the costumes, and so then we got to go back to blue or whatever. And sometimes people will go to what's called a luminance key, which is keying out on a super white. But that's the reason why we use chroma key green. It is the most of the data in digital video is green, and so we're doing a process where we get most of the digital data.
Wow, that's incredible. So it's kind of arbitrary and it's based on how it's programmed.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Let me just get a shot of me out there because I sort of want to be part of this chroma key. Just to say I was here and to have this green background so that who knows what someone might do with this. You can cut me out and paste me onto some other background, right?
Right, you can take this home, Alex, and I'd just put myself down on K Street.
Okay. Thanks, Frank. Let's see.
I need to walk up here closer because the stage is constantly being repainted.
Okay.
And, you know, depending on the needs of the client, sometimes it'll be blue, it'll be black, it'll be white. And then, indeed, when we have to shoot it in white, we have to put a new coat of paint every single time.
Oh, really?
The floor marks up so fast.
And they pay for the paint,
40 minutes.
right?
So the room's slowly getting smaller. For 300, Bob. You know. Like that, so.
Oh, cool. Game show looking. So I'm curious if, does he, as the prop designer, make any royalties when somebody uses his props?
Yes, yes. Matter of fact, this is about the second or third time this particular prop has been used here at the Studio Center. So once he builds something like this, it goes back to his shop for storage.
Okay.
And then a lot of the producers in town know what he has. I've seen Lewis come back out here with, you know, a giant pencil, so somebody could take this giant pencil and write something. So it's something that he has in his prop inventory back there. So every time he makes something, it's another item that goes back into his inventory. So that's Lewis Warfield Rhino Design. The guy is just amazing what he can build and visualize.